Good morning, class. Today I'm going to try to persuade you not to drink and drive. And to do that, I'm going to discuss financial burdens and life-changing circumstances that come with a DUI. Imagine it's 3 a.m. There's a knock on your door. It's a police officer. He's come to tell you that somebody you love is dead because of drinking and driving. How does that make you feel? Sad? Angry? Both? I know I'd probably be both. Unfortunately, I never had that happen to me. But sometimes death alone isn't enough to deter somebody to not drink and drive. They think that it's going to happen to somebody else, not them. Well, if death doesn't scare you, maybe some other things will. Maybe like the financial burdens that come with drinking and driving. Talk about ticket costs and court costs. It gets pretty expensive depending on the state that you get pulled over in. It could be from a few $100s to a few $1,000s. I don't know about you, I don't have a few $1,000s just laying around. But according to the courtinfo.california.gov, $45,435 is the estimated total cost of a teen getting a DUI. That's a lot of money. $45,435. Wrap your head around that for a minute. Then you got to factor in your insurance going up, the attorney fees, the towing and storage. You got to talk about the DUI classes that some states mandate that you do if you get caught. Is it really worth it? No. Some people may not be bothered by that either. They may have millions of dollars laying around. But if you get sued, somebody that you hurt in a DUI accident, you're worth $1 million. They're going to come and sue you for every penny you got. Usually states are pretty hard on DUI accidents, so they award a lot of money to the victims or the victim's family if they're dead. That's something to think about. Your little empire could be gone for one stupid mistake. Now let's say you don't hurt anybody and you do have $50,000 laying around. What about your freedom? That's what we're going to talk about next. And I'm not just talking about jail time. I'm talking about the simple pleasure of getting into a vehicle, going down to the store, and getting some milk. You lose that if you don't have a license. And usually with DUIs, you don't get to keep your license. So you think it's going to be fun asking a friend, hey, can you come pick me up? I got to go get some milk. I forgot it. It's going to start getting annoying. You better hope you have some close friends or an understanding spouse who's going to do your errands for you at your beck and call because you can't now. Something as mundane as going and doing groceries becomes a big pain in the butt project for everybody that knows you. Now those are just things that you want to do. What about work? You got to go Monday through Friday. And let's just say that you work normal hours. That's fine. But is somebody that you work with, that they live close enough to you to give you a ride? Does your wife alter her work schedule to make sure that you get to work? It's going to be a big burden on a lot of people. And you have to think about that. And what if the freedom that you lose is going to jail for a few days, weeks, months? Who knows? Can they post your bond to get you out of jail? You probably know it'll be a flight risk, but it's probably going to be expensive depending on how big of a deal that this is, depending on the state and what you do. Did you injure somebody? Did you damage property? It could be a whole slew of reasons why you spent a long time in jail, to sit there and ponder why you thought it was a good idea to go drink and drive. So that being said, we're going to talk about the biggest one of all, is death. According to alcoholalert.com, 10,839 deaths from 2009. Nearly 11,000 people lost their lives in an alcohol-related traffic accident. 11,000 people. Now you think about that. And that's the 2009 statistics. I don't know if we've gotten better or worse. Hopefully better. But I don't want to be a statistic, do you? Texas leads the way with 1,437. DC is the least amount with 12. I think 1 is one too many. What if it's not you that died? What if you kill somebody? It doesn't even have to be somebody you love, a stranger. You've altered somebody's life. Any other reason, you spent a few days in jail, you paid a few $1,000s worth of fines. You can move on. You can move on with not having a license. But if you kill somebody, that's something you can't come back from. You can't bring that person back to life. You can't replace a father or a mother that's lost. Could you replace your wife or kids if you lost them from a stupid mistake? Something that started out as fun and laughs, and then death. How does that make you feel? If it scares you, it's good. That's what I wanted to do. I don't think people are scared enough. from the same alcoholalert.com report, every 48 minutes somebody dies. Every 48 minutes somebody dies in an alcohol-related traffic accident. It's a lot. It's a lot of people dying for stupid reasons. And I implore you not to be a statistic for 2012.